Star Wars Outlaws is on Nintendo Switch 2, so how does it compare to other consoles, Xbox Series S and X, as well as PS5 and PS5 Pro? Let's start with the game size. Ubisoft really optimized the game for Switch 2's small storage. It's only 20.8 gigabytes on the Switch 2. That's 1/3 the size of Xbox and PlayStation. Pretty impressive, I think, which makes me wonder why you only get a key card when you buy the physical game. They surely could have fit that small size onto the cartridge, so you're playing without downloading the game. Startup and loading times are a little bit longer on Switch 2 compared to Xbox and PS5, but I guess it's not that much worse, about 10 seconds more than Xbox. Keep in mind though, the Switch 2 is portable, so it stays on sleep mode by default and lets you resume your game instantly. In terms of battery life, you can expect 2.5 hours to 3 hours. Now, I didn't do a full detail test here, but I was monitoring the battery life while actually playing this. At this point, I've done enough battery tests on the Switch 2 with all these different games, and Star Wars Outlaws should behave similar to Cyberpunk 2077. 2.5 to 3 hours is still better than some of the PC handhelds. I mean, those things might last an hour to an hour and a half with this game, and the portability, the ease of use with the Switch 2, in my opinion, is a lot better than those PC handhelds. Let's now have a look at the graphics. Bit of a recap. On the Xbox Series S, the game just has that one default quality mode. Series X and PS5 get a 30 FPS quality mode and a 60 FPS performance mode. PS5 Pro still has the quality and performance from the base console, but the Pro also gets an exclusive Pro mode that's 60 FPS with PSSR upscaling. On Switch 2, there's just one default, which runs at 30 FPS. In docked mode, this appears to be around 720p on the lower end to 1080p. Switch 2 is fairly close to Xbox Series S in terms of the resolution, almost identical. The difference though is in the amount of detail as well as the lighting and shadows. The lighting, the shadows are lower quality on the Switch 2, especially when you look at how light hits grass. There's less NPCs walking around on Switch 2. There's less objects in the background. If you look closely on the side-by-sides on the Switch, you're going to notice some of those objects with lower detail, and some of them are completely missing. Keep in mind, Star Wars Outlaws doesn't exactly run at a crisp 4K resolution, even on the more powerful PS5 Pro. Here's Switch 2 versus Series S versus PS5 Pro's 60 FPS PSSR mode. You can see how the resolution is in fact only slightly higher on average on PS5 Pro. What's a bit worse is again the detail in the objects, including hair. You can see how blurry and low quality the main character's hair are on the Switch 2 versus the Series S and PS5 Pro. Now, to see the difference in resolution, we gotta compare Switch 2 to that 30 FPS quality mode that exists on Series X, the base PS5 and PS5 Pro. That's where I noticed a much more drastic difference in the resolution and the graphics. I mean, no one should expect the portable Switch to be as good looking as quality mode on the Series X and PS5. I'm actually impressed by how well the Switch 2 version looks. The main downside with the Switch 2 is of course the 30 FPS, but then again, the game's also 30 FPS on the Series S, and even other handhelds like the Steam Deck run it at around 30 FPS. It is a third-person game. It's a story-based single-player game, so 30 is perhaps not that bad. What's nice with the Switch 2 is that the performance is stable. It's a solid lock 30 FPS during most of the game, in the open world, during all the indoor missions, and even in space, Switch 2 holds a solid 30. In fact, I noticed the stability on Switch 2 to be slightly better than Xbox Series S. The drops were not as significant. If I really want to be picky, I can show you the rare instances and areas where there are drops, like this section right here when you're entering the city, but those drops, you get them on every single console, including the PS5 Pro. Overall, I highly recommend this game on the Nintendo Switch 2 if you want a single-player story-based game for on-the-go portable gaming. The developers did a good job here of optimizing the game for Switch 2. After all, Switch 2 doesn't exactly have that many games, so this is one of your best options to get some use out of your new console. And that's what you need to know about Star Wars Outlaws on Nintendo Switch 2. For the rest of the video, check out some more side-by-side comparisons.
Hey, buddy. Yep, I'll walk it off. What's the deal with these animals anyway, Manda?
Rabumas. They stink. With the right treatment, their hides can pass for gundark leather.
What's gonna happen to them?
You're setting them free.
This ain't right. What's wrong with... Thanks, Ferric! This'll work. I'm sorry, okay?
No, I need parts to fix my ship, and this is how I get them. We're doing this. We have to.
So you want me to just, what? Distract the imps while you find the data vault? Hello there. Welcome to the Trailblazer.
Good cover.
Yes. I hear you have a sensitive shipment for this station.
You know, there's a reason this ship succeeds when others fail. You see this? That's reinforced Durasteel plating. Take it easy on the controls, okay? Appreciate the ship.
Right. I got it.
Careful, Kay!
That's on me! What's with all this junk out here?
Don't thank the solar winds for that. But don't worry, this ship can handle anything.
Right.
There's the ship. Blast the cargo loose.
Uh-huh.